Hi, this is Queenie Yu from Bullet Point News with James Croker. James has created and performed productions in China, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and North America before starting his own company, MOTUS O Dance Theatre, where he has been co-artistic director, choreographer, performer, set and prop designer. He's created
Mhm.
over 70 original works for the company and has toured them throughout England, Australia, the US, and Canada. James, welcome to Bullet Point News.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thanks. James, you're going to perform A Christmas Carol in Stouffville on December the 17th. Many people have seen A Christmas Carol on TV as well as on the stage. What makes your performance different?
We approach it with physical theater. Our goal as a dance company is to tell the story through movement. We do use text and we use song as well. So it's a funny, poignant story of redemption of the famous Mr. Scrooge.
Could you tell us about the dancing, choreography, and music in the performance?
For sure, yeah, we draw a lot from mostly modern music. We also use disco music. So when Scrooge goes back in time to his high school, we go to our most terrifying point of our sometimes growing up. It's a school dance. So we use disco music and we use disco dancing.
What's your favorite part of the performance and why?
Oh, our favorite part. There's many favorite parts. I From Australia, I was a big fan of English pantomime. Now, pantomimes in England and Australia usually done around Christmas time, and they're usually very funny, and they're retelling of sort of classic fairy tales. And there's a lot of humor and a lot of puns. So we applied that to our version of Christmas Carol. There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of puns, there's a lot of jokes that are all part of that Christmas story. But there's also a very poignant story of Mr. Scrooge, who, you know, has the chance for redemption.
How do you connect with the audience and how would you like them to connect with you?
Well, the audience is part of the performance for us. Is that so? And I studied clowning in Europe and in the Americas. And one of my famous teachers said to me once, he said, "Get them laughing, you can tell them anything." So we start off, and that's what we sort of our philosophy. We get the audience laughing, and as soon as they laugh, they become part of the performance as well.
You lead workshops for autistic individuals and those in hospice. Could you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, for sure. Well, movement is, particularly in the dance realm, is often determined as a skill set, or you have to have jazz or ballet or whatever. But in essence, all humans move. We often say a body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion, well, it's dancing. So people don't even realize that their movement is dance in a way. So when we work with hospice or in those types of situations where we're retelling stories. We work with aphasia patients as well and people with disabilities. It's all about how they get them to move. So we're not trying to teach them a skill, we're trying to get them to express themselves.
What about the shows that you create for youth?
For youth, yeah, well, we have a philosophy that there's nothing that young people um, can't deal with. There's no subject. There's things that are appropriate for young people and they're different for adults. So, and often young people, especially kids, are sort of segregated to a second class citizen. Well, they don't really understand, but they understand a lot. And I think if you approach it with that idea, so we do shows. At one year there, we performed for about 30,000 children in one year. We do a lot of school shows.
Could you tell us about your other performances? Are they all funny?
Not necessarily. We do one piece that's called Prisoner of Tehran, which is we're touring right now, which is the story of a young girl who was imprisoned in Iran in the 80s. Um, uh, was imprisoned for several years, for a number of years. Eventually came out, immigrated to Canada. Her name is Marina Namat, and it's called Prisoner of Tehran. That's a more adult or a more serious thing, and it has a political social aspect to it. Some of our other shows we do Midsummer Night's Dream, which have text and danced in it. We do some shows that are more specifically about different issues. We also do a show that we perform at fairs called Fair Tale. So we have a large tent, like a circus tent, and we travel in the summer and we perform at like Markham Fair, things like that.
What are your next performances in Stouffville after A Christmas Carol?
Well, this is our last performance in Stouffville. So we've been performing this show for 16 years, and we were artist in residence at the 19 Lebovic Center for Arts and Entertainment, 19 on the Park. The city and us had a partnership where we did drama camps, we performed there, and we did a Christmas carol every year in the town. This year, the town has decided to end that relationship. So we did our last professional show there last month, and this professional show, seasonal show, Christmas Carol. This will be the last time we'll perform it at 19 on the Park, and probably the last time we'll actually perform it.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is sad.
Um, are you able to give us a taste of your upcoming performance by reciting a few lines for us? But if
Oh,
you're uncomfortable, don't worry.
yeah, no, it's all right. Well, I don't have a lot of lines. I play Scrooge in it, and most of what I do is through movement. Um, and I go through that transformative stage. But and my only really verbal interaction is with Marley when he comes and he says, I've been sent to you on the business of heaven, says Marley. And Scrooge, who's hard of hearing, he goes, "You've been what?" He says, "Oh, you're always a good man of business. Yeah, I'm glad to see they're putting you to use in the afterlife." And another time he says, Scrooge is hard of hearing. He said, "You'll be visited by three ghosts." And I said, "I'll be visited by three pieces of toast." And then we have tap dancing toast come on stage.
Who performs in A Christmas Carol?
We have 8 professional performers that are part of our company. They do many of our other shows. But every year for the last 16 years, we audition local Stouffville performers to come and fill in crowd scenes and do dancing and do different things. This year, there'll be 25 extra cast. So over those 16 years, including camps, we've included, well, in Christmas carols, about 900 performers have joined us over the years. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great community event. Local people come, they enjoy it, and many people come back every year. That's their Christmas tradition.
And what have those youth said about their experience performing in A Christmas Carol?
Well, yeah, good question. They get to observe professionals, so it's a sort of a look behind the curtain, like what have so how do professionals act, how do they perform, and then and our expectations for those that audition is quite high. And it's all about just engagement. So we give them instruction and teach them and direct them on how to be engaged in on stage. And many of the people have never had a theater experience in their life, young, and we've had down young as 6 years old, right up to 85 years old. And we welcome that. We welcome, there's no ageism, because if you're willing to engage, you're willing to commit, then it's just a heck of a lot of fun.
In general, how many people actually watch A Christmas Carol each year?
Well, at our height, we were doing 4 to 6 shows a year. COVID slowed us down a bit, and we did none. This year, it looks like we're only scheduled for 2 performances. If they do sell out, they will add another performance on the Sunday. But at the moment, we do 2 shows on the 17th. So approximately about 300 people. We normally sell
Great.
out every year, so people need to get their tickets quickly if they want to see it.
Thank you so much, James. I look
You're very
forward to
welcome.
seeing A Christmas Carol on December the 17th.
Yeah, and the last time, and it'll be sad, but nothing lasts forever except styrofoam, apparently. Okay. Well, thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, James. We'll see you soon.
Goodbye.